Alright, what's up guys? We have a brand new ban list for Master Duel. It's very exciting. I love when we have new ban lists, especially this time because we're in a tier 0 format and things are, I would say, actually quite annoying right now. So I really want to know what they are going to hit. I didn't look through the ban list this time. I actually just pulled it up and I am recording live. So hopefully we see some good stuff here. Alright, so cards to be forbidden. Cyberstein. Cyberstein is a really good broken card. It's probably one of the best cards ever printed. It's not once per turn. It lets you pay 5,000 life points, summon any fusion monster. Back in the day, it was a cool card because you could like summon a Blue Eyes Ultimate or a Cyber End Dragon and OTK your opponent. So it was all fun and games. It was actually a pretty it was a cool card that you could use. It wasn't broken by any means, and the cost was real. I mean, 5,000 life points was a lot. Now, it's 5,000 life points means nothing, especially on Master Duel. You're never going to be going into time, so you're just basically getting yourself a free Nuturia Exterio or some other really strong fusion monster. It is way too good of a card. It just got banned in the TCG and I believe in the OCG too. It got banned everywhere. So basically they brought it back everywhere and now they've banned it everywhere. Yeah, it's just a good card. Basically, if it hits the board, it's a level 2. You can use it in sprites. It just basically produces a free boss monster for the deck. Next is Smoke Grenade of the Thief. I could have sworn this card was already banned anyway. I actually am just learning now that this card wasn't banned, so this is actually shocking to me. So this is basically a card. Smoke Grenade of the Thief is a card that they use in Ignoble Ignoble Knights, the Synchro monsters, the Synchro Noble Knight monsters. Basically, it discards a card from your opponent's turn. I have never faced this deck while playing Master Duel, and if I did face this deck, I never got Smoke Grenade of the Thief. Like, I never took a card out of my hand. I don't know why it's getting banned now. Maybe there's something that I don't know. I know there's Noble Knight support announced, like, probably it's coming to Master Duel like 9 months from now. So why this card is getting hit right now, I have no idea. Maybe one of you can fill me in. Terraforming. This is a horrific hit. Like, seriously, a horrific hit. Why is this getting hit? I understand that the tier limit field spell is very good. I think the card you need to hit is the tier limit field spell. Why you're hitting the card that searches the tier limit field spell is outrageous. We already lost Foolish Burial Goods to that nonsense, and now we're losing Terraforming. Terraforming is absolutely not a problem card. The problem is always the field spell. If you feel like there is a broken field spell, you limit the field spell, you ban the field spell. How do you limit? Like, this card was already limited and now it's banned. It's like, nobody cares. People will say like, oh, it's too broken, it lets you search any field spell. It's like, nobody cares if you search, I don't know, like, nobody cares if you search Mountain, right? The thing we care about is what field spell is being searched, and that's the card that needs to be hit. This is a horrific hit. I'm in shock. I really don't know why they're hitting Terraforming. It's outrageous. Alright, next is the limited cards. Mudora, Keldo, Agito. Completely reasonable. The tier limit deck is really good, but what makes the tier limit deck outrageously good, and I would say tier 0, is probably the Ishizu cards. They're just a little bit too strong, a little bit too good. They let you continuously mill and mill and mill, and then they have additional effects where they let you shuffle things back. I mean, it's kind of outrageous. So everything is essentially now at 1. I think there's one more that is not at 1, so they're going to probably beef up the amount of ones that they play of that. Honestly, based on this list so far, between the limited and the forbidden cards, because next we have semi-limited, but semi-limited is not going to change the game like that. Based on what I'm seeing so far, it's probably going to be tier limit, another tier limit meta, honestly. They hit Terraforming, wow, they have 1 less of the field spell, but now every other deck that plays field spell has 1 less of their field spell. They hit 1 of each of these, but they still have 3 of each of them, so, and they're milling constantly. It's going to be a rough one, honestly. I think this is going to be still a tier limit meta, but not like tier 0, but still just as strong. Alright, semi-limited. Sprite Blue. Why? Sprite Blue? Semi-limited. That to me is confusing. I don't know why Sprite Blue is semi-limited. That's very odd. Sprite Blue sprites are a good deck. They're a solid deck, but they are nowhere near Tear Elements, and I don't even think that they're the second best deck right now. The best deck is Tear Elements, followed by probably Fluundereeze, and Fluundereeze got hit so much, I don't think they can even come up with something to hit. And then after that, it's like Exo Sister and like 2 other decks, and then it's Sprites. And on top of that, it's semi-limited. Why is it semi-limited? Like, if you thought it's a problem, then ban it, or limited. Why is it semi? I'm not saying they should, but like, again, semi-limited, what a weird. Gearsu's a cool one. Honestly, this deck is a deck that was very good when the only extra deck monsters that were easy to use in the game were Links, and this deck was very good. With all of these other extra deck monsters available and not having to summon to Link arrows, this is a deck that really got power crept. This is, of course, I'm talking about Orcust. It's really gotten power crept. So I actually think Gearsu could go to 3 and it would be fine. I think they can unlock absolutely everything in that archetype and it would still be completely fine and it wouldn't be a broken deck. Next is Nadir Servant. This is good. I've been saying this for a while. Nadir Servant is a very strong card. Basically, it's like the starter for the Dogmatica deck. It allows them to, first of all, there's going to be support coming out because they have the ritual stuff coming out sometime soon. I don't know when, but at some point the Dogmatica ritual stuff's going to be coming out. So they need 3 copies of Nadir Servant. Nadir Servant is the combo starter for that deck. It lets you send a monster from the extra deck and search a Dogmatica monster. So this card just solves so many problems. It lets them pop cards. You can let them play around floodgates. It can, if they send a Tis, it can just do so much for the deck, and it can search things. Definitely a very good card. Next is Metaverse, is going to 2. Metaverse should be a 3. It's extremely slow. There are very few decks that would even play Metaverse, but like overall, it's a good card. It should 100% be a 3. What sucks is Terraforming again got hit, so Metaverse is a worse Terraforming, just objectively speaking. Like in certain ways it's better because you can drop a field spell on your opponent during their turn so they don't see it coming, so you can drop like a Necro Valley on your opponent's turn and that could be helpful, but honestly this card should go to 3. Cyber Angel Benton to 2 is, again, it's like it would matter in most metas, but in reality, like Drytron getting another copy of Benton would matter in any other metagame, but like Tear Elements is just going to cook Drytron because they can just shuffle everything back with the Ichizu cards, honestly. And are there any cards that went to 3? No. That's it? No cards to 3? Come on, guys. So I guess that's it. That is the ban list. A lot of people are going to be dismantling Terraforming, I guess. These guys are all super rare, so was it even worth dismantling? Not really. Overall, I think it's an okay ban list, and based on what I'm seeing here, Tear Elements is probably still going to be the best deck in the game, even based on this ban list. It's just they've got way too much firepower. Every single thing does something. Everything triggers everything. It's just too much of a deck. They have an answer to everything, and they just have way too much going on. They play on both players' turns. I think we're gonna have another Tear Limit meta here. Now, Tear Limit will fall off. It won't be like as strong as it is because you have less access to the Shizu cards, but it's still going to be the best deck in the game. Thank you for watching, guys.